Hello everyone. I'm Rohit Datta Mazumdar from bizhelpdigital.com, and today I'm going to present a webinar on website for your businesses. So without further ado, let's get started and let's get going with the presentation. So can anybody give me feedback? Is the screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So the topic for today is website for businesses, your online presence. So before going much deep into the topic, let's understand what is a website. So if we talk of a website, there are four main points. So website is basically a collection of web pages. So and web pages are the kinds of documents that are displayed in the web browser. So you can consider this as like a PDF for web browsers. So from the next website has a common domain name. So what happens is it is a stacking of multiple web pages and under a common domain name with which we can have access to each and every web pages linked within each other, and the total culmination of the total thing is called a website. And the number three is a website is a tool to showcase information about your business. So whatever business you are having, a website can be a very efficient tool to showcase the information. We will look at it later in the video on how to showcase different kinds of information, what information to showcase about your business using your website. And the website can also be your presence online. So right now, if you are talking about you or your business, then the only presence online of your business is a social media account. You hardly have a Twitter account or Facebook account, sometimes Instagram account. So this is all you have in terms of an online presence. So but website gives you a professional presence in the internet world, right? And how many of you here are planning to do a business in future or are having a business? Can you let me know? You can just type B in the chat box or just reply to me by unmuting your mic. Do any of you have any plans to launch your business in the future? Okay, okay. I see two Ys. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. So in this uh, presentation, while I go ahead, we'll be talking about how can the website be beneficial to your business. We'll go in depth in that, right? So let us first know what are the different types of websites. So if we talk of different types of website, then types of websites, then first of all, one is a static website for your business. A static website is like a static page which shows different information about your website. So what basically happens is there is the content that we've stored in a static website. When we make a static website, the content needs not to be refreshed every other day or periodically, right? Which is unlike a blog. A blog is used for content marketing, in which you can change or you can update the content periodically, time to time, to showcase different information. But static website is basically just some few information like where is your business located, or if the customers wants to know something about you. So static websites are for that purposes only. And the third kind is a portfolio website. Portfolio website is some kind of a website in which it's like your CV online, right? So if you are into photography or if you are into baking or fashion or something like that, then you need to have your portfolio. So instead of just showing them an offline album, like, sir, look, I have this album for you. But what you can do is you can make a website. Just you can just type in your name also, and just for example, me, I want to have my own photography website, right? So what I'll do, I'll just make a website called rohitdattamazumdar.com, and I'll store all the images I click into that particular website. And if I want to show anyone that what my portfolio is, what kind of photos I have clicked, So I can just show them their, I can just show to them my website, right? And the fourth kind of website is e-commerce website. So we already know different types of e-commerce website. We know about Paytm, we know about Amazon, we know about the Flipkart. These are the giants, but you can have your own e-commerce website if you want to sell any product any day. And the last kind of website, that is social media website. We already know about social media websites like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. These kind of websites allow interaction between the users and engagement. So social media websites need not be only limited to the engagement and interaction between different audiences. It can be a medium of where it can be a medium where different kinds of businesses interact with the audience. We can obviously see, right, in Instagram you receive different kinds of ad, different businesses pitching you different kind of products, right? So it can be a medium between businesses and consumers and government and businesses, and like this. So moving on to the next slide. So the next thing that you might ask me that, okay, I plan to launch
Hello.
my business someday. Yeah. Hello.
Before you go before you go to the next slide, please can you share the previous one?
The previous
Types
one,
of
this one,
websites.
types of
Yeah,
website.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What do you
yeah.
want to know more about this, Somajit?
Yeah. The first one, that is a static website. Can you just repeat once again that you said? I just
Sure.
missed the. Yep.
Sure, 100%. I'll repeat. I'll repeat. But before that, Somajit, please let me know if you want to like open any business in future. Do you want to do a startup or something like this?
Yeah.
In which
The
domain? In which industry? In which industry?
uh, in which industry? Like it's a small scale business. First of all, it's a small scale business, and basically it will be an industrial. It will be an industry related uh,
Okay, for
kind of
example,
thing.
let me consider you want to open a education related business tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
You are a very good tutor and you want to teach more students, and you want to open a business related to that. While I also have
Yeah.
an example in the last slide of something related to tuition. I'll come to that later. Just for the sake of an example, I'm just giving you. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
tutored over 100 students, right? For example, you have tutored over 100
Mm-hmm.
students, and you have
Mm-hmm.
testimonials from 100 students, and you want to publish those testimonials in one site, so that you can, when you next time when you approach to your next students, to the parent of your next student, right? So you can just tell them that I have tutored 100 students and they have given me very good star ratings or something like this. Or you can just show them that you can visit my site, somajitdam.com, and there I have published all the testimonials of my students over there, and you can just go there and visit it. There I also have a note where I have a list where I teach the a list of all the subjects that I teach, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
first site that I'm talking about is static website, right? So you're asking about the static website. The content does not change periodically. It only changes when it needs to be changed, right? So this kind of website is
Okay.
called a static website. Unlike static website, when I'm talking of a blog, what happens is that today, suppose you are teaching physics and there is a subject, there is one topic in physics that you need to teach to every student, right? What you can do is you can write a blog and you can refresh it. So today you are talking about physics, tomorrow you will be talking about chemistry in that particular thing. So periodically, for example, if you consider my website, you can just visit bizhelpdigital.com/blog. If you consider my blog, then I refresh it every weekly, right? Every week I just
Mhm.
keep on adding some new kind of content. So you can make your own blog and you can go forward with it. I hope just I am clear with this, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I can move forward, right?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. So next question is, you might ask me, how much does this cost? So there are two ways to make a website, to make your impression in the online world. Obviously, the first one is free way. So different sites that are producing, that are giving you the opportunity to have your online presence for free are WordPress.com, Wix, or if you are in product related business, then you can also go for Shopify. My next blog will most probably be on Shopify. So make sure to follow bizhelpdigital.com/blog. Okay. So now what happens is in these kind of sites, you will get a online space, but you won't have the full freedom, right? So whenever I am going to launch my website in WordPress.com, it will be something like maybe rdm.wordpress.com. So it won't be my site. I'll just have a subdomain in that particular site. So these are the free ways. But what I would actually advise you is to go for a paid version, right? So what happens if you pay for a website, you have to buy a domain. A domain is like literally a virtual space, like virtual land that you are purchasing on the internet, and you are also buying hosting. Hosting is for the name. You are just registering a name. So for example, when I say rohitdattamazumdar.com, so rohitdattamazumdar.com is a domain name that I need to get registered, and I need a land to park that name. So where that particular name will lead to, right? So you have to pay for this. And so what happens is that, so when you are paying for a website, you can get a direct .com site. So a .com site is a lot more professional than having a WordPress site or Wix site. So you can also get email accounts. So for example, tomorrow, if I am launching a company which is called RDM, so I already own a website called rdm.com. Then if someone else is working in my company, for example, Vishal, so I can give Vishal an email ID which says vishal@rdm.com. So something like this. So this looks a lot more professional. And you can also have subdomains. What is the use of subdomains? Subdomains can be used for categorization. For example, if someone is in fashion industry, so for casual attires, they have a separate domain, and for formal attires, they can have a separate domain. So for example, if I am opening a fashion website, so I can have something called casual.rdm.com, or I can have something called formal.rdm.com. So these are basically for categorizations, which you won't be able to get in free version of those sites, right? So you have to get the paid version. And paid version is obviously more professional, and how a professional website will help you will catch up in the next slides ahead. So next, let's talk about the importance of online presence. So what is the importance of online presence? The customer is the king. The customer is the dictator. So what do I mean when I say that the customer is king? When I say that customer is king, I mean we have to, as a business, we have to go with the customer. We cannot hope that the customers are following behind me, right? So wherever the customers, we have to go. And it's not a complete astonishing fact that today most of the customers are spending their most of the times in online world. Facebook, Insta, everybody is spending most of the time in online world. So the best way to approach the customer, the best way to be in their world is to go online. So even if you are not having an online website, it is of utmost necessity that in this day and world, you need to have an online website for your business. You need to have a place where your customers are comfortable reaching to you, right? So this is why making a website has become an utmost necessity in today's day and world. Also, you can give competition to your online competitors if you are having a product-based business where your online competitors are giving a hard competition. Then what you can do is you can have an online website in which you can give some competition to your online competitors, because your presence will also be in both the worlds, both in offline and online. And obviously, online having a website will help you to reach new audience, because in offline world, you have a store and only a limited number of people visit your store, those who want to. But in online world, what happens is that you can reach new audience. You can try different ads like Facebook ads, Google ads, and reach new kinds of audience who want to visit your website, or even you are just pitching to them to check if they want to visit your website. And so there are different digital ads. We will talk this in upcoming vlogs as we go ahead. So let's visit the next point, which is redundancy in content. We shall create once and share always. So as I was mentioning to Soumyajit that, for example, he teaches physics to 3 students. So what he can do is he can publish all the notes of that particular physics tuition in one blog, and he can share the blog to 3 students. So what will happen that his time is saved like this, right? So this is also another feature. And obviously we have a better feedback loop. If you just go in and ask your customer, did he like your service? Then he obviously will say yes to your face. But if you can form a structured questionnaire and then give it to your customer online, then you have a better chance of receiving an honest feedback, and feedback is obviously necessary for your business. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so the next question that you might ask me is, okay, I already have a Facebook account, a LinkedIn account, or Twitter account. I can do business from there. So, but why do I need to pay for the domain space or domain name, whatever you are telling? Why do I need to pay for it? Why can't I do it on social media? So the main point is, website is just self property, right? Your social media is not. For example, let me give you example of TikTok only. So all those stars, those who were famous on TikTok, right? So they had their talent. They had something in which they through which they could amuse people. But unfortunately, their content was not supported by the medium, right? The TikTok got banned. It was a government ban, so it had to be banned. And those people who had talent, who had like established their territory in TikTok, are nowhere now just because of TikTok. Similarly, if you create a page on Facebook about your products, it will have its reach. But after some time, Facebook will charge you to reach to your own audience. It will say okay, your reach is limited now, so you pay for it, then I will let you reach your customers, right? So, but having a website is completely different. You can redirect any amount of traffic to your website at any time you want. So the next point is, website looks professional. It helps in bulk business. So for example, you are in a food business and you make, suppose, moti chur ke laddu. For example, let's consider you make moti chur ke laddu. So suppose let's consider any name. Suppose Silchar laddus. Suppose, let's example, consider Silchar laddus. So what happens? I have a Facebook site called Silchar Laddu, and several facebook.com/Silchar Laddu. I have a page called it. And on the other hand, I have a page called silcharladdu.com. So if there is any wedding or something and people want to order in bulk, so which site will they most prefer? Obviously the .com one, right? So it looks more professional. And when it looks more professional, what happens is that you gain more trust from people. And when you gain more trust from people, obviously your business is going to go to the next level, right? And the social media is temporary and saturation kills it. Case study is Orkut. Okay, so I think this point is clear enough. We can consider the case of Orkut, and we have seen Orkut. We have used Orkut. Some of us have, and we have seen the downfall of Orkut, right? So it was very tragic, and Orkut was at its height when I used to be in school, and most of the people who were so habituated to Orkut couldn't adjust to Facebook when it first came. So what happened to Orkut? Actually, Orkut was killed because of saturation, and today or tomorrow, Facebook will also be the same. What happens is that this kind of websites, they generate revenue through ads and through the engagement of the people, right? So when the more and more number of people starts coming, more and more businesses starts coming there, so there will be more number of businesses, and then there will be more number of audiences. So then this kind of sites, they start to charge you for their reach, because they'll say, okay, first there were 10 businesses and there were 1 lakh audiences, so I used to distribute among them, but now there are 1 lakh businesses and 1 lakh maybe 2 lakh of audiences, so I need to get paid to give you the service. So this kind of thing kills a social media site. And what happens is that if you base your business based on a social media site, then one day you are bound to lose that, because if this site loses its value, for example, if someone had created his or her business around the Orkut framework or Google Plus framework, then I think he is nowhere now. His business is completely in loss. But what happened if he had a website and if he used Orkut or Facebook for promotions only, then those people, for example, if I had subscribed to his business, then I would know the address to his website. Then I can go directly to his website. I don't need to be dependent upon Orkut and Facebook. Okay, so the next point is, social media is a medium to attract attention. As I said, have your own website, post your content on your website, and just use the social media for promotion, because there are a lot of people in social media, right? It is not possible to drive like hundreds and thousands of people to your website in a single day or in a single week, but it is possible in social media. In social media, in Facebook or Instagram, you can reach 1,000 people in a week. It's easy task. It's easy task. Even without paying, you can do this thing. And at last, is social media is a tool to move traffic. As I said, you can use social media, Facebook, Instagram, or you can use messengers like WhatsApp or Telegram to move the traffic from one place to another. For example, if you want to move the traffic to your blog, then you can do it. If you want to move the traffic to your static site, then you can also do it. So I hope I'm clear till now, and I'm moving on to the next slide. I'll just take a moment here, and I'd like to ask you if you guys need any kind of clarification on the things that we have already discussed till now. Any of you would like to ask something? I guess we are clear to move, right? Okay. So the next content, the next thing that you might want to ask me is what to post in a website. So suppose you have your website, right? So RDM told you to get your website. So you bought your website, you bought your domain, you bought everything. But the question is now, what do you want to post in a website? So the first thing that I'd like to tell you what you can post in your website are who are you? Why? Because most of the businesses fail. When you click in the About Us page and you go to a website, you click in the About Us page, you go to that particular landing page and you check about that particular type of business. So when do you want to check about a particular business? Any cases in mind? When was the last time you landed in any About Us page? Can I have any volunteers? Come on, please, let's make this session a bit more interactive. Otherwise, it would get boring. I really liked it when Somajit asked me that question. Hello. I hope I'm audible. Any of you, would you like to ask anything? Or just tell me about this About Us page, the question I just asked. No one? Okay, let's move on. What to post in a website. So what I was discussing is About Us page. So I remember the last time I went to the About Us page section of any company was when I wanted to know more about that company, right? When I wanted to trust the company. So when I want to trust the company, for example, this speaker that I have, this is from a band called Infinity, right? So when I brought this speaker online, what happened is the speaker brand was very new. So I wanted to know more about the brand. So I just went to its site, Infinity. It was a static site. It had all the products of Infinity displayed, and it said that it is from JBL. So I clicked on the About Us page. So I came to know it is a small venture from JBL only. It is a sub company under JBL. So immediately what I got was trust. So I know what these guys are doing, where they are from, and everything about them because of the About Us page. So who are you is very important. So if you are trying to open any kind of business, you need to tell the customers who are you. And the next thing is, what do you deal in? So basically the product page. So what is your business about? Is your business about services or products? What do you want to do with your business? What value are you providing to the customer for which you are charging, right? And the third part is, I think it is one of the most important part, how to contact you, right? So if anybody is getting interested in your business, in the type of business that you are going to offer, the type of value that you are going to create, if anybody wants to have any queries, so they need to reach to you, right? And so they need to know how to contact you, and your phone number, your email address, it needs to be in your site. So these are the things that your sites needs to have. And the last thing is terms and conditions. So like, for example, if you are suppose making handloom products, so if you are running handloom products, so you can just go ahead and tell that, okay, I ship only 5 at a time. And other part is the content marketing. Just as I said, you can just make it a blog, and you can just publish it online. Or else what the else you can do is, you can uh, give me a second. Okay. Okay, Abhishek, I could have repeated the last slide, but due to time constraint, I cannot. I'm very sorry. I'll just explain you later about the slide if I have time. For now, let's continue. And sure, we're going to have the Q&A session pretty soon. So, if you want to know more about the content marketing, then what you can do is go on and visit the last video in my YouTube channel, which is also called Page Help Digital. So you'll know more about content marketing. It's very interesting. Trust me. You just go and watch the video, and you will know a different type of business, a different kind of business, how to like attract more and more customers. So what else to post on your website? You can post the product information like visual images, price and specifications. So about this part, I'm coming to this later. Just give me a minute. So let's move on to the next slide at first. Okay. So let's summarize what we have learned till now. Okay. So website is a collection of web pages. Web pages are documents like PDF that can be viewed in your web browser. And the next is, there are free ways to make a website, but it is recommended to go with a paid version because you want to look professional. Your business needs online presence even before you start, right? So if you are planning to start any kind of business, you just make a website prior to that. You can just analyze what kind of response the market is giving you, and just you'll be more confident to start your business then, right? And the social media needs to be utilized in a particular way. You cannot just base your business on social media. That is why website is pretty important. And at last, we have learned that what your website can contain, right? So with this, I almost come to the end of the slide. I have a few more examples to discuss, after which we'll end this particular session. So let us discuss. I think this is going to be one of the most interactive and one of the most interesting sessions in this particular session. So I'd request everyone to unmute themselves and ask any kind of questions now if they are having any.
I have a question regarding
Sure.
promotion of a website. I have a website for this that is set up to sell tools. And how about the ways of promoting? How can I get traffic?
How can you get traffic to the website? Okay, that's a very nice question. How can you get traffic to the website? So there are different forms of getting traffic to your website, right? So you can, we call it in two different ways. Either you can get it through organic ways or inorganic ways. So if I'm talking of organic ways, there are two main things you can do. Is you need to do your SEO, that is search engine optimization. You need to get your SEO right. So whenever people search something about your business comes on the top of the Google search, and people click on it and then go to your website. So that is how you can generate traffic organically. Another way to generate traffic organically is to have backlinks. For example, I am your affiliate or you are my friend. And then what happens is that if I'll just give you that if you want to buy any book, then you can go to www.abhishek.com or whatever the site is. So this is another way to get your traffic organically. And then there is inorganic traffic generation, which is simply ads. Just need to promote your business. And in future, we'll have more session about digital ads and how you can promote your business through digital ads. And we can learn more about that, right?
I hope I have a question regarding this, because I have no idea about how so is there any ways so that I can do?
I'm sorry, Abhishek, your voice is breaking and it's not quite audible to me right now. Can you repeat it again? Now? Yeah, so yes, better. The sound is better.
So I'm asking if I don't know anything about SEO optimization. Is there any ways that you can suggest so that I can do SEO optimization?
I'm sorry. Your voice is breaking. What you can do one thing. While I proceed with the slide, you just type your question in the chat box, and I'll check it from there. I think that will be a better option, right? Just type in the question and I'll definitely answer it. And yeah, just type in the question and let's move on with the slide. Okay, so these are the three kinds of businesses that I wanted to discuss. And first is the fashion type of business. So if you are in a boutique, or if you're trying to build a career as a makeup consultant or fashion consultant, then what happens is that making a website will give you an ultra edge. Why? You cannot just tell someone about your fashion choices, right? The color choices or whatever it is. You can just tell someone and expect them to imagine. You need to have your website. You need to showcase it to people. You need to show people that, okay, this is my choice and this is how I prefer to go with fashion. If you consult me, then your service is going to look something like this, right? So similarly, if I'm talking about food, so in case of food industry, you can either, I can just say veg burger, or I can just say chicken burger, or I can just show a photo of a burger with chicken in between and mayonnaise and cheese oozing out, which will really get people more appetizing, and they are more likely to order, right? So pictorial ads play a big role in food industry. And also there is another thing called trust factor. When you have an online presence, so people are more likely to trust you that your food is going to be good and you are going to get more bulk orders. And lastly, for tuitions or online classes, digital marketing is going to be real effective. Making a website is going to be real effective. Why? Just let me tell you. Because it lets you have a redundancy. That you don't need to repeat again and again all the notes. You need to make the note once. You need to keep it in website, and you just need to share the link with your students, and you are done. And you are done. And the next time you are going to teach the same thing to your next students, you just refer them to that particular website. And the time you save, you just ask them to do something creative with this time. You just ask them to solve a different problem, or you can just work on getting the basics clear instead of just giving and dictating the notes, right? Also, you can monitor the progress online. You can just have online tests, right, of the students, and you can send the detailed reports to their parents. So what will happen when you are sending detailed reports to the students' parents? They are also more likely to trust you, and your brand value is obviously going to get high, right? So with this, I come to the end of the session today. And are there any last questions? This is the last time I am asking you. I would have felt a lot better if you guys had interacted a bit more. Okay, let's check Abhishek's question. I think suggest me some easy ways to do SEO if I am not a technical know-how. Okay, if you want to do SEO, what happens when you design a website using WordPress? There are plugins. There is something called Yoast SEO, or there are plugins called All-in-One SEO. You just need to type in the particular details, and these are not something like you cannot do. Just as easy as typing a particular code. You just need to open your Google Analytics account, your Google Search Console account. They will give you a code. You just need to copy and paste it to that particular thing and save it. That's it. That's it for your primary SEO, and then it will come as keyword integration and different things as you slowly move on and deeper into the SEO business. You will know more about it. But for primary, if you don't have a very good technical know-how, then I think All-in-One SEO or Yoast SEO will do the job. Thank you. And any other question? Sure. I'll give you the link to the next webinar whenever I'm going to do that. Any other questions from any other attendees? I'd love to receive your questions, guys. If you have any questions, just let me know. You can just type into the chat box, or you can just unmute yourself and ask me any questions. So I think there are no more questions. So I think that's enough for this video. And thanks a lot, everyone. I cannot thank you enough for attending my video. I hope you just got a vibe of what I'm going to do with this channel and what type of value you are going to get in this kind of webinars. I hope you will be joining my next sessions. So let's end it today here, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for this.
Thank you.